What's up, guys? Barry Gaming here, back with some more Idle Heroes, and today we finally have the skill preview for Star Wing Jahra. So she looks like exactly what we thought, a very CC heavy hero. Might be breaking up those Ruyi Scepters again for another hero now that Sherlock might be taking a back burner. We don't know just yet, but there's also a very good spoiler at the end of this video, so we're going to jump right into it. We're going to watch the skills video first and then go over the hero skill card.
Is it the anger after the wings are taken away? Is it the hatred after the power is sealed? When obsession breaks through the shackles of mist, when greed crosses the boundary of the endless galaxy, she comes back with the power of the stars.
All the torturous waiting. Finally, I'm free.
Astral Touch. Basic attack targets the enemy with the lowest HP and dealing extra damage equal to 10% of the target's lost HP. After that, deals damage to the enemy with the highest attack and steals attack from the target. Void Infusion. Whenever an ally releases their active skill, increases self-energy and focus. Focus, skill effect. Each layer of focus increases self-control, precision, and control immunity offset. A couple-legs vision. When an enemy is freezed, deals damage to all freezed enemies and restores self-HP equal to of attack. When an enemy is petrified, deals damage to all petrified enemies and restores self-energy. Star Stream deals damage to all enemies. There is a chance to inflict, petrify, rock lock, or freeze coach tail to enemies whose current HP satisfies specific requirements. If self-energy is greater than or equal to when releasing the active skill, then the following effects are released to all uncontrolled enemies. Freeze, coach tail, control effect. Heroes inflicted with coach tail are enabled to release their active skills, basic attacks, extra attacks, or counter-attack and cannot restore HP. Petrify, rock lock, control effect. Heroes inflicted with rock lock are enabled to release their active skills, basic attacks, extra attacks, or counter-attacks, and their current energy is fixed and can either be increased or decreased. Thank you for watching. See you next time.
So one thing I did want to point out is this little clip at the end. I didn't quite get it on the normal recording, but it does look like the next potential hero has a little butterfly. Who has a little butterfly? Vesa does. Who do we not have? We don't have a forest, and we don't have a priest Transcendence yet. So I'm thinking we're getting Vesa as the next Transcendence hero, but let's jump into the skill card. Alright, so yes, we have Star Wing Jahra. She looks pretty awesome. She has some pretty cool skills as well. We're going to come back to the active because I kind of want to talk about the passives first and how it works, and then we'll go to her main active ability that seems very strong. So, first passive, Astral Touch. Basic attack targets the enemy with the lowest HP, dealing 1000% of attack. Usually what we see here is like the V4 version, so it might be less in-game for non-V4. Damage and extra damage equal to 40% of the target's lost HP. This caps at 1500% of her attack, Jahra's attack. After that, deals 1000 attack damage to the enemy with the highest attack and steals 35% of attack from the target for 2 rounds. So, okay, 2-part attack, both single target. Could be the same target, could be different targets. It just depends. That right there seems pretty solid. 35% attack is nothing to sneeze at. And then, I mean, the one with the lowest HP dealing 1000% attack and extra damage equal to 40% of the lost HP. I mean, that could be a finisher right there. That is really nice. We do have Void Infusion is the second passive, very plain and simple. Whenever an ally releases their active skill, increase self 20 energy, and 1 layer of focus. We'll talk about what focus is here in a minute, but 20 energy for every time an ally casts. Ooh, that's gonna get spicy. I'm smelling maybe an energy feed PvP setup with her. Maybe like a queen and a Rogan going first, getting that energy feed off to a Ruyi Scepter Jarrah that then has this has potential. We'll keep going because a lot of this relies on the active ability. When an enemy is frozen, deals 1000 attack damage to all frozen enemies and restores self HP equal to 250% of attack. That's really good. And when an enemy is petrified, it deals 1000 attack to all enemies and restores self 15 energy. Really good. There is synergy in case you do have other petrify and or freezing heroes. Of course, Amun-Ra jumps to mind with her frontline petrify chance. That could be good. Let's go over these real quick, the actual skill effects of what they're doing. So the Petrify Rock Lock is a control effect. It's basically just Petrify. It's the same thing. Heroes, but it has some bonuses. Heroes inflicted with Rock Lock are unable to release their active, basic, extra, or counterattacks, and their current energy level. This is the part that's different. The current energy level is fixed and can neither be increased or decreased, excluding monsters. So if you have the fox pet, the pet from the fox will still give energy. This is kind of anti-synergy with carry because carry won't be able to drain that energy. It's really interesting. The freeze effect is called cold chill, can be considered a freeze. Heroes inflicted with cold chill are unable to release active skills, base attacks, extra attacks, counterattacks, same thing, but they cannot restore HP, excluding, of course, like the deer and the phoenix will still heal. Pretty interesting. And then lastly, the focus skill is each layer of focus increases self 8% of control precision and 4% of control immunity offset. Ooh, that is like a Ruyi Scepter in itself. Focus will be zeroed after the active skill is released. So every time she uses an active skill, your focus will reset. And again, how do you get focus? One of the passives, whenever an ally releases an active skill, that does it for you right there. But let's talk about the bread and butter. The big skill description right here. Starstream, active skill. Okay. Deals 2000% of attack damage to all enemies. There is a 30% chance to inflict petrify to enemies whose current HP is no less than 50% for 2 rounds. So it has to be above 50%. And has a 30% chance to inflict freeze, cold, chill to enemies whose current HP is not higher than 50%. So if their HP is higher than 50, they have a chance to petrify, or she has a chance to petrify. If it's lower than 50, it has a chance to freeze. When releasing the active skill, every 1 overspilled energy, so anything over 100 energy. I don't know if they're actually going to show a visual finally for us having more than 100 energy, but you guys have heard me all the time, Aspen Dungeon, all that. You do get more than 100 energy. You just can't visually see it. When releasing active skill, every 1 overspent energy restores self HP equal to 0.4% of max HP. If self energy is greater than or equal to 150, so 50 extra energy. When releasing the active skill, then the following effects are released to all uncontrolled enemies. So this is going to hit all enemies that are not currently controlled. There is a 30% chance to petrify enemies whose current HP is no less than 50. So again, the same effect of the active, and a 30% chance to inflict freeze, cold, chill to enemies whose current HP are not higher than 50% for 2 rounds. So there's a lot of CC potential here. Sadly, it does seem like Ruyi Scepter might be the best option, but we can try her with an A and B as well. But there's some really interesting synergy here with having, equal to or greater than 150 energy, because, we talked about energy feed. Well, Demon Bells give you 20 with a chance at 10. If you have 2 of them doing that, that's 20, 40, maybe somewhere between 40 and 60 energy, but you're also going to be getting more energy, 20, 40 more. There's a chance you can have a ton of energy getting active off in round 1 and have an extremely high chance of getting this 150 energy in round 1. We're going to have to see how it plays out, because in reality, what's that? 2040, that puts you at 90 energy if they use the Demon Bells. Then they're going to get another 2040, that puts you at 130. Chances are you're guaranteed to have 130 energy round 1 with a chance of getting 150. I mean, maybe there's a situation where you actually run 3 demon bells, splendid demon bells in PvP, but it's going to be hard hitting that 150 in the first round for those extra effects here. We're going to have to see. We're going to have to see. Because I imagine the first part of the actives goes off, and then if it's greater than or equal to, it hits the second. But we don't know just yet. We're going to have to see exactly how this works out. But overall, sounds like an amazing PvP hero. Not quite sure if there is a use for her in, say, like Vortex just yet. I mean, it is a lot of damage. It does steal attack. I don't know. We'll have to see. Not quite sure, but she does look like a very, very solid hero, especially from that video as well. So let me know what you guys think. We will be building her, of course, on Twitch on Thursday, as always. We'll test her out with Crown. We'll test her out with Ruyi. We'll test her with A and B. We'll try to do a couple different options here to see which one works the best. So hopefully you guys enjoy this one. Can't wait until she comes out, and I'll see you guys next time.